Hey guys, it's Lindsay and welcome back to my channel and to a new releases video. So I am actually filming this at 1:41 in the morning. It is technically Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving to everyone in the US. I am talking a little bit quietly because it is 1:41 and I don't want to wake up people in my family. But I finally finished the new releases for my shop for my Black Friday sale. So my Black Friday sale is going to be obviously on Friday or tomorrow as you guys are watching this. I hope you guys are also enjoying your Thanksgiving and having a very safe Thanksgiving. I will not be doing anything. We are not celebrating Thanksgiving until Saturday for the most part. So my Thanksgiving will be pretty calm, thankfully. But yeah, so I wanted to make sure I was able to do a new releases video for you guys. So this is everything that will be coming to the shop for new releases. And then I will be, like I said, having a Black Friday sale. So it'll start at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time on the 27th. And it will run, I actually decided to change this. I originally was only having it run until Sunday. It is now going to run until Monday because I actually forgot that Cyber Monday was a thing. And it'll end at 11:59 Pacific Standard Time on Monday night. And then just so you guys know, I will tell you what the discounts are. There are 2 different discounts that you guys can get. So my whole entire shop is going to be 25% off. There's no minimum for that. You can pretty much purchase whatever you want for the 25% off. And then it'll be 30% off of $50 or over. So you do get that extra 5% if you do purchase over $50. So there is that. That is what my discount is going to be. So I am now just going to get into new releases because yeah, it's been a lot. It's been about a week of constant prep for this, but I wanted to make these for you guys because these are literally all of the Disney releases that you guys have been asking for. Also, I literally just print and cut these, so they're a little folded, so don't mind that. Okay, so we're just gonna start off the top. I did foil only 4 of these, and honestly it's not the best foiling at all in my opinion because I literally foiled these in like 2 seconds. So I was like, I need to have some kind of foil. So I did foil 5 of these purely just so you guys can see the foil. Oh, also, a new thing that will be coming to my shop now is I will officially be offering just plain black scripts. So you don't have to purchase with foil anymore. It will be $1 cheaper if you don't purchase with the foil. So instead of $3.50, it will be $2.50. So you can now purchase all the sticker sheets in my shop with just the black option. Or the black ink no foil option. It will be underneath the like foil color, so it'll be essentially the same exact process, just at the very bottom of it it'll say no foil / black, and it will do the $250 amount rather than the $3.30 or $3.50, sorry. So yeah, anyway, okay, so these are my first things that I have right here. So I essentially asked you guys, what new releases do you want to see for Disney? Because I have been getting a ton of requests purely just for my Disney movie scripts, and so I did go through on Instagram and go through what you guys answered. And one of them was the different lands. One of them also was the different parks. Am I missing? Where's the, oh, this one. I was like, I'm missing one. Was the names of all the parks. Some was the land. So I literally did everything that I saw that I could do. Like I said, this is not the best foiling job at all. So first thing you have, this is all of the park names for the US parks. So you do have Disneyland and California Adventure on here. I also included Downtown Disney, the 2 downtown versions. Then you have Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, and Epcot. And then, like I said, you do have the 2 versions of Downtown Disney. And this is the pink foil. So if you get the pink foil, this is what it is going to look like. So you do have these. These are also smaller sheets if you can't tell compared to the other ones. So these are going to be also I believe probably 50 cents cheaper, because these ones specifically, depending on the sheet, you get a decent amount of stickers or not, so it just kind of depends, but these will probably be about 50 cents cheaper. I haven't quite fully decided on that, but they will be a little bit cheaper since they are a smaller sheet. But yeah, so you just have the names of the US parks, and then I did do, this one's not foiled. Nope, not that one. This one's not foiled, but you do have the international ones as well. Again, not foiled, but you do have both of the ones from Tokyo Disney. So you have Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo Disney Sea. Disneyland Paris, Walt Disney Studios, which is in Disneyland Paris, are a part of it. And then you have Hong Kong Disneyland and Shanghai Disneyland. So there's those. And then I did get a request to do all of the lands as well. So I did split up the lands based off of the park. The only one I did not do was Epcot because I don't know much about Walt Disney World. I've only been there once in my lifetime. And so I had to kind of Google a lot of this stuff. And Epcot didn't have any lands. I don't know if I'm incorrect on that, but they had like pavilions and stuff, and I didn't know exactly how to do that, so I just kind of skipped over Epcot. If you guys want to explain to me how I can do it, I can completely do it in the future, but for this release, Epcot will just not be a part of it. So I essentially went on to Wikipedia. Honestly, I use Wikipedia and just scrolled down to what each one had as their lands, and I honestly just wrote that down as what it was. So Disneyland actually has the most. So this is the Disneyland one. It has all the lands. I did include Main Street as a land just because, but then you have like Toontown, Tomorrowland, Adventureland, Frontierland, Fantasyland, Critter Country, New Orleans Square, and Galaxy's Edge. I think technically Critter Country and New Orleans Square is not technically land, but I included it as well because again, it was on Wikipedia and I know them as lands, so I just did that. And this is in a silver foil. I apologize for anything that I'm missing for Walt Disney World. Like I said, I've only been there once in my life and I only know so much about it, and I'm pretty positive I probably missed something. So if I did, let me know in the comments. Next you have California Adventure, which is the park adjacent to Disneyland in California. This is the rose gold. I'm trying to kind of show you guys it. So if you want a difference between the gold and the rose gold, that is the difference. The top one is gold, the bottom one is rose gold. So you have for California Adventure, you have Buena Vista Street, which is California Adventure's Main Street version, or version of Main Street. You have Grizzly Peak, Cars Land, Hollywoodland, Pixar Pier, and I did involve or include Avengers Campus because it will be coming. It just has not opened yet. And obviously the pier did retheme to Pixar Pier recently, so that is why it is that. So there's that one. Next we have the 3 Florida ones that I did. Again, I didn't use or do Epcot, so this is Magic Kingdom. This is in the hollow foil, which is probably my favorite hollow, or not hollow. Wow, my favorite foil. It's literally just beautiful. So for Magic Kingdom, I again looked it up, and the only difference between Magic Kingdom and Disneyland for like the main ones was that Magic Kingdom had Liberty Square. That was the only added one in there. And then again, I just added the parks. So you have Magic Kingdom, Main Street, Liberty Square, Tomorrowland, Adventureland, Frontierland, and Fantasyland. And the last but not least, just for showcasing the foil, this is the gold, and this is Animal Kingdom. Again, looked it up on Wikipedia. No idea if any of these are right, but here we go. We have Animal Kingdom, Discovery Island, Asia, Africa, Pandora, Dinoland USA, and Oasis. So, and I did try to make all of these fit as best as possible onto these. The Dinoland USA is probably the longest one that I have, and it does fill up a whole entire fancy label, if you guys can see that. So it does definitely fill up a whole entire fancy label, so just keep that in mind, but you can always also cut the USA and put it on a second line if you wanted to. So there's the Animal Kingdom one. And last but not least, you have Hollywood Studios. So you have Hollywood Studios, Echo Lake, Toy Story Land, Animation Courtyard, Sunset Boulevard, Grand Avenue, Galaxy's Edge, which is so weird that it's in a different park than Magic Kingdom, and Hollywood Boulevard. So that is all of the little mini lands and parks and things like that. So there is that one. Next you have the attractions. So I did do one whole sheet of attractions, and let me make sure I'm in focus. There we go. And the top ones are all of the more popular ones. I actually, again, Googled this to see what was the more popular of the rides, and they actually ranked most rides from both parks, and the ones at the top are the more popular ones. They're also the ones that are at both parks, so I just decided to add those in, and then I kind of added the more popular ones that are specific to Disneyland and Walt Disney World. So you do have Haunted Mansion, Peter Pan's Flight, Rise of Resistance, Soarin' Over the World, It's a Small World, Big Thunder Mountain, Pirates of the Caribbean, Jungle Cruise, Space Mountain, Toy Story Mania. Those are all of the ones that are at both parks. Technically, Toy Story Mania is in California Adventure for so Soarin' Over the World. I know some of these are in different like parks technically, but they're both at both resorts. And then for specifically Disneyland Park or Disneyland Resort, you have Incredicoaster, Matterhorn, Radiator Springs Racers, Guardians Mission Breakout. I was not about to put Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout because that was going to take forever. And you do have Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones is over here because it wouldn't fit over here, so that is why Test Track is there. But those are all the ones specifically to Disneyland Resort. And then Test Track, Tower of Terror, Expedition Everest, Kilimanjaro Safaris, Seven Dwarfs Mine Ride, Avatar Flight of Passage, Rock and Roller Coaster, and Spaceship Earth are all specifically to Walt Disney World. So these are, from what I googled, these are the most popular rides. So you have all of those if you did want to mark specific rides that you go on. Okay, that is pretty much everything for specifically park related things. I did get a couple more requests for like snacks and treats, and I think a bucket list. And I think there's one other thing. Oh, the holiday parties. I did get those requests. I just unfortunately not able to do them at this time frame, but in the future I will definitely consider doing them. Okay, next we have movie scripts. Where did my, there it is. I was like, I'm missing one of these. So actually I'm gonna start with, no, we're gonna do this first. Okay, so I also got a request for pretty much all of the movie scripts, so here we are, we have all of them. I was not able to fit all of them onto one sheet, so unfortunately they are going to be on two sheets. So these are all of the Marvel movies, and they are in chronological order. I did not put them in release date order. I actually prefer to watch them in chronological order, so they're in chronological order. So you do just go through the whole entire thing. So if you were to watch these just by choosing these, you start from Captain America and then go left to right and just keep going down, and that will be in chronological order. And you do have all the movies including the sequels on here, and then you do have the rest of them on this smaller sheet. Again, this will be a cheaper sheet because it is smaller, but you do still get a decent amount of the scripts on here. So that is every one of the Marvel movie scripts. Next I have the Star Wars ones, which I actually sneaked on Instagram and you guys went crazy over. I actually only leaked the Mandalorian one on Instagram, but you guys loved it. So first things first, you have the Mandalorian, so you can mark these or use these to mark when you watch the show. Another thing also, Mandalorian is just a very long word, so this does take up a decent amount of space just because it is a very long word. It does take up pretty much a whole entire fancy label, but there is still a tiny bit of room, so if you want to use a character sticker, you still should be able to. But this one was a little bit harder to format also because it is so tall, so you are missing one of the like full in black stroke ones, but I did try to fit as many as I could. Unfortunately, it's just a little difficult because they are really long and wide. So that is the Mandalorian. So you do have that if you ever watch the Mandalorian and you want to mark it. And then you do have almost all of the Star Wars movies. I decided not to do Rogue One and Solo because I just figured I would do the main episodes. So you do have the episodes in separate order, or in order of chronologically, again, not in release just because that was easiest to design. And also you do have them without the episodes, so you can put episode 1 Phantom Menace if you would like to. It'll take up a lot of space, so that is why I kind of gave you the option. So you do have all of the movies that are the episodes, again, not including Rogue One or Solo. I think it's Solo, but you do also have the episodes as well. So if you wanted to specifically, you could technically use this twice. You could use it with the actual name of the movies, and then you can use it as an episode and just put a Star Wars character next to it if you really wanted to. So I gave you guys the option if you wanted to use the episodes or not. It's kind of your own personal preference. I also didn't want to put Star Wars in it because, again, it would have added a lot more to it. So I just kind of left it, made it pretty simple, and there's that. So that is the Star Wars one. Okay, next we have the one that literally everyone wanted. Guys, these are my movie scripts, and the reason why I say this with a sigh is these are what I literally just finished cutting. Specifically this sheet, I finished this like 2 seconds before I started filming. These are what took me forever to do, and there's a valid reason for it because there's like, I don't even know how many movies on here. There's a lot of movies on here. I did get a ton of requests for specifically these because I created them for myself. I did have to go through and reformat pretty much all of them purely because the The ones that I originally created were just when my quality was not the greatest and they were blurry and they were really pixelated. So I actually went through, I did change a couple of them. Some of them are the same, but I did go through and redo pretty much all of them. So these, everyone asked also how I decided on watching these and like how I watched them in order, what order I watched them in. Honestly, first things first, I started with the princesses, and I actually made this a little bit easy for you guys. So if you would like to do it the same exact way that I watched them, so I created a specifically princess sheet for you guys. So you can, if you didn't want all of the movies, you can pick up specifically just this. This is all of the princess movies. As far as I know of, there might be like 1 or 2 missing. No, I don't even think there is 1 or 2 missing. I mean, these are all the technical official princesses. Also, Frozen is not under the official princesses according to Wikipedia. Don't ask me why, but these are, as far as I know, the official princess movies. So you can purchase this separately if you wanted to. You can watch just princess movies, but the way that I decided to watch all of the Disney movies was I started with the princesses and then I went on from there. So this is the princess sheet. If you guys wanted to get it all separately, you can, so you don't have to buy every single movie, but there's that. And then this includes the princesses in it, so if you wanted to watch it just chronologically of order of release, you can do that as well. So essentially it's just like the Marvel movies, so it starts from the top and you literally just go to the side. I try to keep them as even as possible. Honestly, if you watch them out of order, it's not that big of a deal. They're honestly chronological order, or release date order. Sorry, not chronological. They're release date order. I just went to Wikipedia, looked up like list of Disney movies, and it lists them all in order of release date. So that is what all of these are in order of, but you do have pretty much every animated movie. There might be a couple that are missing, but they're pretty much all the very popular animated movies. So this is the first sheet. Unfortunately, obviously I can't fit them all in one sheet. This is the first one. You have the second one, and there are as well Pixar movies in here, so you have pretty much every animated movie you can get. And last but not least, you have the third sheet. So the third sheet did get a little cramped at the bottom. So for this one, it just goes across and again across. Toy Story and Frozen 2. I think Frozen 2 came out before Onward. So there's that, but pretty much you just go completely across, and that is how you watch this movie. So that is how I watched the movies, and if you wanted to do it now, you can watch them as well. And then last but not least, for the movies, I did also include a Pixar sheet. So these are all of the specifically Pixar movies as well as their sequels, and again, these are just in order of release date. So it starts with Toy Story, goes on to Onward. So you can watch those separately if you wanted to, or you can pick up this sheet if you wanted it separately as well. Okay, last but not least, we have, where did my sheet go? We have specifically Disney Channel things. So first things first, I got a couple requests to do Disney Channel original movies, so DCOMs. This was so fun to do, which also I just realized that this is kind of cut off. That is my bad. That is a formatting error. This will be a miss of it, obviously, because that'll not happen, I promise, in normal like sheets that I send out. But anyway, so this is all DCOM movies, and I kind of went through and looked at a list of them and chose, I feel like, in my opinion, the more popular ones. This does not include anything after like Camp Rock. I will be honest. I didn't watch any of those movies. I didn't include them. If you guys really, really want them, let me know and I can try to make another sheet of them. But these are kind of, in my opinion, the more popular ones. At least they're the ones that I watched and I loved watching, so that is why I chose them. Brink, I think, was the first ever DCOM. That one's not like a favorite of mine, but I think it was the first ever one, so I put it in there. But you have Smart House, Johnny Tsunami, Color Friendship, Motocross, Luck of the Irish, Double Teamed, Cadet Kelly, High School Musical, because we gotta have High School Musical, and we gotta have the Cheetah Girls, and you gotta have Camp Rock. Come on. And then you have Xenon, Girl of the 21st Century, that got cut off a little bit, Gotta Kick It Up, and Rip Girls. So there is that. That is all of the DCOMs, and I promise this one's going into my misfits because, yeah, that is definitely not correct, but it's fine. That was my own mistake. So there's the DComs. And then last but not least, I did also get a couple of requests for old Disney TV shows. So again, I kind of went through and just chose my more popular, or like the ones I thought were more popular, and also the ones that I watched. But if you guys have different ones that you would like to see in the shop, let me know. But first things first, you have Sister Sister. Technically, Sister Sister is not a Disney show. It showed on Disney Channel, but it was technically a different like network, which is why it's not on Disney Plus, but it is on Netflix, so you guys can watch it on there. But I did create these also because I love Sister Sister, so I'm definitely gonna get my use out of these. Next, you have Kim Possible. This was very similar to The Mandalorian, where I struggled with trying to get it to be small enough just because it's all on one line. But I think I try to make as much as possible or fit on the sheet, so there's that. You have Kim Possible, which was a great show, by the way. Next, you have Boy Meets World, which was another great show in my opinion. I don't know. I love like old Disney like channel shows. So this one's a little bit smaller. I did have to make these smaller to make them fit, but they do fit pretty decently in most boxes. Next, you have the oh so coveted and loved Once Upon a Time ones. Guys, the amount of people that also requested these is insane. So here we are. We got Once Upon a Time scripts finally. I did redo these from when I was using them, because when I was using them they were a little too big. So these are definitely a little bit smaller. I will actually kind of show you guys if you can see it. So they, ooh, I don't want that. They do fit into a half box, but they're not quite like fully fit in there. They do fit into a quarter box very, very nicely. And then they will fit on a fancy label. They do just kind of stick over it just a tiny bit, but it is a little hard for the ones that are 3 rows, purely just because they obviously are 3 rows. They're a little bit taller than others, but you guys finally have Once Upon a Time scripts, so if you guys want them, you can finally get them. Next, you have That's So Raven, which, oh my god, I loved this show when I was younger. It was amazing, and I still think it's amazing. I actually rewatched it on Disney Plus, and it made me happy, so there's that one. Next, you have The Proud Family. I actually have not rewatched this on Netflix yet, or Netflix, wow, Disney Plus yet, but this was also an all-time favorite of mine, so I kind of just had to do it. You have Wizards of Waverly Place. Again, another classic, I feel like, just for like our generation, or at least my generation. I don't know what everyone else's age is on here. I think my average age is around my age, which is like 25 to like 30-year-olds. But I don't know, not everyone watched this, I know that, but I did, and I just decided to add it. This one was another one where it's weirdly formatted, so that's why it's a little weird at the bottom. That's why there's a little weird formatting down there. Next, you have Even Stevens, another one that I loved. I don't know, couldn't resist it. You have Recess. This one was one that I wasn't an all-time favorite like show of mine, but I still liked it, and also it was on like the top like Disney Channel shows list, so I had to include that one. Guys, we have Hannah Montana. I feel like a lot of people are going to be excited for this one because Hannah Montana. Come on, you can't be not excited for that. So there's these ones. And last but not least, we have Lizzie McGuire, which another one that like you just can't not like love. So yeah, that is actually all the new releases. There will also be a couple different freebies that I will be offering. The normal freebie that is going to continue going out with the orders. I did already give these to the couple orders, not the couple, the decent amount of orders that I've already had for my opening week, but these will still keep going out. So I'm sorry if you guys already got one of these, but these will continue going out with all the orders. I will also have a Black Friday specific freebie. I have not had the chance to do it yet, but all the freebies apart from this one is going to be Christmas scripts, so it's going to be like Christmas samplers and different like things that you can do that is Christmas related. So get excited for that, but I think that is everything for this new releases. I really hope you guys are excited for this. I'm honestly also just really exhausted from trying to get this video up. I wanted to get it up yesterday or Wednesday, and unfortunately it just didn't happen, which is totally okay. That is fine. I got this video up. I hope you guys are having a great Thanksgiving. I'm gonna try to flatten this out. I don't think it's gonna work very well, but I hope you guys are having a great Thanksgiving, spending some time with your family, and just overall staying really safe. And I don't know, I think we have a lot to be thankful for this year. I think that's what this year has kind of really taught us. Anyway, that is going to be everything for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing all these new releases, and I hope you're really excited for these new releases because I feel like I've had so many requests even before I opened my shop for specifically these Disney scripts, and they are finally coming, so I hope you guys are excited for them. I am excited to see you guys all on Friday. So again, all the details are on my Instagram. So my Instagram is linked in the description, so you can click on that and go follow it and see all the details and everything. But I'm excited to see you guys at 9 a.m. on Friday. And that is it for this video. So I'll see you guys in another video very, very soon. Bye, guys.